could right now, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everyone what class you're in and what class you're in school and what position you play.
My name's Lindsay Brown, and I'm a senior, and I'm also a guard.
I'm Alexis Northrup. I am a guard, and I'm a senior.
I'm Mary Willis, and I'm a senior, and I'm also a guard.
I'm Callie Smith. I'm a senior, and I'm a post.
I'm Ashlynn Trent, and I'm a senior, and I'm a post.
I'm Holly Newski, and I'm a senior, and I'm whatever Coach Wild wants me to be back there. My name's Casey Newport. I'm a senior, and I'm a post.
Okay, Casey, if you would, just go ahead and talk about how the season's going for you individually.
I think it's going pretty good for me. I've worked hard for everything that I have put in for it, but I think it's going really good for me right now.
Okay, yeah, we have 7 seniors, so we'll call them the Magnificent 7, and these Lady Tigers are 9-2 thus far on the season, have a really good team, and they made it last year to the region semifinals in Class A. And let's go ahead, next young lady, they're sitting next to Casey. Go ahead and talk about the season thus far for yourself.
I think the season's been pretty good for me. Done the same thing I've done all the years I've been there, and it's just been a really nice season.
Okay.
I think it's been pretty well for me. I've worked hard to get back into shape, and I think I'm really doing good.
I think the season's doing good for all of us. For me, I'm really the runner on the team. That's my job, and so I try to stay in shape.
What do you mean by a runner?
With our post positions, we always have one girl rebound and the other one kind of snowbirds out and runs. And most of the time, I'm not really a big rebounder, so I'm the one that's running, trying to get the layup.
Running the floor.
Yes.
Get some snowbirds. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go up here on the front row.
It's been going pretty good for me, too, so far. The last 2 games, I've got some pretty easy layups from snowbirding, so that's good.
I think the season's gone pretty good for me so far, but I've been in a little bit of a slump, I'm not going to lie, with my shots, because I'm normally the three-point shooter. But I think after some more practice and stuff, I'll be back at it.
At the beginning of the season, I hurt my knee, so that kind of put me behind, but other than that, it's pretty good.
Okay, girls, we'll be coming back to you here in a little bit and talking with y'all a little bit more. But right now, we're going to turn our attention to the head coach of the Sunbright Lady Tigers, head coach Rusty Yaden. And Rusty, again, thank you for being here. And if you would, tell everyone out there a little bit about yourself.
Well, this is my 6th year at Sunbright now. I coached 6 years at high school ball at Oneida, doing boys prior to coming to Sunbright. And then prior to that, I coached 5 years at Fairview Middle School girls in Scott County. So I've been at it kind of for a while. I enjoy it. As far as the type of coach, I'm sure you can ask these girls. I'm a very demanding coach, and that's just the way I've been. And I want their best and their hardest work at all times. So I'm sure sometimes they're not always pleased with their head coach, but they do work very hard for me, and I appreciate that. And they're a good bunch of girls.
Mm-hmm. Walter?
Have most of these girls played together most of the time, or since you've been here, or have you gotten a few at a time here and there?
Well, prior to coming to Sunbright, I'm pretty sure the majority of these girls was playing together in youth ball, if I'm correct with that. And then most of them play together in junior high, and then obviously coming into high school. The thing about most of these girls, they've all been with me for 4 years, almost all of them, and when they were freshmen, just the way we were cycling around with our program, I knew going into their sophomore year, most of them was going to be 3-year starters or girls that was in our top 7-8 rotation. So their freshman year, I think we played 25 to 30 JV games, getting them prepared. So these girls have played a lot of ball. They're very experienced with one another, and that's always a blessing. You know, you've got a lot of experience. You know, you can do, as a coach, you can do a lot of different things when you've got experience. And so we are blessed with that. And like I said, along with the experience, they work extremely hard for me, and that's a good combination to have.
And these big seven, are they your big seven? I mean, are they in rotation as your top seven, generally speaking, or?
Yes, pretty much so. You know, our style of play is, you know, we try to rotate. Some of the girls was mentioned about snowbirding, and it's not, I wouldn't really characterize it as snowbirding. It's just, you know, our style is they know when we've got the rebound, they are gone. I mean, we're trying to go as fast as we can up the floor, and and they just kind of know where each other's at all the time, and that's really good.
So somewhat like a fast break, in other words.
Yeah, that's our whole motto. Is we're a pressure defense team for 94 feet, you know, one into the other, and then once we got that rebound or steal, you know, we try to really push it hard.
Is that y'all's style of play, a full court pressure?
Yeah, yes, sir. They're doing pretty well with it, you know, and it's just, you know, I'm not one of these coaches, you know, a lot of times, you know, you see some coaches, they just have their set style and they're going to play that no matter what. And I'm one of these coaches that tend to, you know, you go with what abilities your team has. And, you know, these girls, they can run. So that's what we do.
Mm-hmm. And you're off to a pretty good season, 9-2 thus far. And if you would just talk about how the season's going, but the first, you know, we're visiting with head coach Rusty Yaden of the Sunbright Lady Tigers, and 9-2 all season so far, and phone lines are open if you have a question or comment for Coach Yaden. But Coach Yaden, talk about your season thus far. I know y'all had a really good season last year, and you can touch on that, and then coming into this season.
I think last year, if I'm not mistaken, I think we were 23-7 finishing up. We lost in the region semis up at Oneida. You know, played real well, and then they got us in the fourth quarter. But that's kind of like a stepping stone into this year. You know, I've not really stressed it that much to the girls, but I think they know. You know, we feel like we had some unfinished business. You know, how the season ended. You know, letting that game, you know, kind of get away from us at the end. You know, they play really hard, and you know, like you said, we're off to a 9-2 start. You know, we play, in my opinion, we play really good defense. You know, that's what we stress first and foremost. And I feel like for the most part we have brought that every single quarter we've played this year, except for maybe one game, and the girls are well aware of which game I'm referring to with that one. And but I mean, the district, we played our first district game last night. We won it. The district's completely changed, you know, because of the state went to 4 classes now instead of 3.
Who's in your district?
We're in district with Cofield, Oliver Springs, Oneida, Wartburg, and us. So there's 5 of us now. And that was a 9-team district the last 4 years. So now, you know, it's went down quite a bit. Basically, our district from last year got split into and that's our region now for the most part. So we have high expectations. You know, every district game is important, and we got off to a good start with that last night.
Will you match up with the other Class A schools that you were in the district with last year in the region, like Harriman and Midway, and
yes, sir,
those teams?
Yes.
How do you like the new format?
There's some positives to it, some negatives. Me personally, I like the 9-team district. It makes scheduling a whole lot easier because that was 16 games automatically on your schedule. So now we've had to go out and find a lot more non-district games. But one thing I liked about the big district was every Tuesday or Friday night, there was 4 district games going. So it kind of had that college feel, you know, like, you know, knowing there's 4 district games going, you know, you'd play your game, you'd go check all the results and see how everybody else in the district did. So I miss that aspect of it. But being a real small school like us, you know, I mean, we're one of smallest schools in the state. Our enrollment is somewhere around 150, and so come postseason time, especially like the region and stuff like that, we were always going against teams sometimes that was 3 and 4 times our size, Telco Plains, a lot of times we had to go down there 2 different times. And so the positive is, it kind of narrows it down to where everybody's more on a somewhat level playing field as far as enrollment size in the postseason.
So Rusty, you're a Scott County boy, correct? And,
Correct.
Quite the player at Scott County. Or did you play at Scott?
I played at Scott County High, yes.
Brad was telling me you're the all-time leading scorer at Scott.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So
seems like a long time ago.
What's that? Yeah. How many points did you have in high school?
I knew somebody mentioned that. Okay, I'll tell it. It was 3,269.
Whoa! 3,269.
Goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
Wow, that's a lot of points. And I guess you played 4 years at Scott, or did you play?
Yes, all 4 years was at Scott. I kid everybody and tell them I played back in the Stone Age, before the three-point line came in. The three-point line came in my junior year, so that kind of tells you how old I'm getting.
So what year did you graduate?
Graduated 89.
89.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you go on and play any in college?
I went to Carson Newman. I had a split scholarship there, basketball and baseball, and so I was prepared to play both there. Then I had a little situation with mono my freshman year, and I ended up missing my basketball season. So then I went into baseball season in the spring, and kind of had a successful freshman year there going, and kind of had a few scouts looking at me as a pitcher, so I decided to concentrate on baseball. And so then that was my focus there, and then ended up having to have Tommy John surgery and stuff.
Okay.
So that kind of impacted that a little bit.
So he was a pitcher?
I was a pitcher, yeah.
You're a righty or a lefty?
Righty.
Okay. Walter?
Talking about your teams that you're playing, Oneida has got a lot more players, I guess, and a lot more enrollment, and so does Wartburg and some of those. How do you combat dealing with just 150 students in the whole school versus probably 2 and 3 times a lot of the teams you're playing?
Well, I kid both of them coaches, Oneida and Wartburg, back when the new divisions got in place. I told them, I said, I should have imagined, being in the same district as the largest 2 single A schools in the state. So I joke with them about that. But one thing that's really helped me, and one of my assistant coaches, Tyler Mainley, he coaches the middle school program also. And I feel like he does a real good job of helping prepare. He kind of tries to do a lot of the same things we do. And so it's little things like that I feel like is essential when you are such a small school of trying to compete year in and year out. And I've always been honest when I say this. When you have more kids to pick from every year, you have a better chance of having athletes every year. So we try to work really hard. I've tried to work really hard with as I mentioned about their freshman year. How many JV games we played. I feel like that's just essential to keep preparing for that next cycle. And that's one thing I've already done, trying to work on this year is, which a lot of teams are just not playing JV right now. And, some of these larger schools are not playing JV games. But, I feel like it's essential, them freshmen I've gotten and a couple of sophomores, that they play a lot of ball, because basically the next 3 years, it's theirs, just like it was these girls when they were freshmen, when they came in their sophomore year. So, it's just things like that. I mean, you have to stay on it constantly, or being a small enrollment, you're eventually going to have a bad cycle if you're not working hard all the time.
And you've got these 7 that are seniors. How many others do you have on the varsity, and how many do you dress out?
We have 15 total in the program.
Okay.
So it's these 7 seniors, and then we've got I think we've got 3 sophomores, a junior, and 4 freshmen right now. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And then should be 3 or 4, I think, freshmen coming in next year, I think. So.
And that does include your JV too?
Yeah,
Okay.
15 in the entire program.
Coach Yaden, if you would, just talk a little bit about what you do at Scott County, at Sunbright High School. Are you a teacher?
Yes, I'm a middle school teacher. I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade science right now. Our kids, some of the girls, sometimes I tell them I think they just put me where I can do the least damage. So, so I've kind of been, this is the first time, the last 2 years I've been in the same spot here. So that's the first time in about 4 years I've done the same thing 2 years in a row. So, but I enjoy it. I get to see these girls every day. They may not always be happy to see me every day in the hallway or stuff, but I enjoy seeing them. And the thing about them, majority of them over there, I was their middle school teacher. They like to give me a hard time with that. When I first got to Sunbright, so I felt like I tell my daughter, a lot of times, I get to looking out there 3 months from now, and I'm already kind of dreading, seeing these girls graduate, because I feel like I've been around them forever.
Okay. If you would go ahead and talk about your family. I know your daughter's here, and you mentioned before the show that she's one of your assistant coaches.
Yeah, she's with me. Sometimes I think she tolerates me.
Stevie?
Yeah, her name's Stevie. She actually played ball for me when she was in middle school. When I mentioned, I said I coached at Fairview, she had to endure me as her coach then, and then now she puts up with me as helping me coach. But no, and all joking aside, I love Stevie. She's a big help to me, and being a male coach, I felt like it's essential, that you have a female around, if you're coaching girls ball, and then the fact that it's my daughter on top of that is just very exciting for me, and so she's a great big help.
Do you have any other assistants?
As I mentioned, Tyler Langley, the middle school coach. He also helps me, so it's Stevie and Tyler.
Okay. Well, before we take our first break, if you would just go ahead and talk about some of the history of Sunbright Lady Tiger basketball as far as postseason play. Has Sunbright ever been to the state tournament?
Best of my knowledge, no. Brad probably knows that more than I do, but I know coming. When I came in, they'd be quite honest, they'd been a lot of lean years at Sunbright, and the former principal, he's not there now, but he called me up. He knew I was out of coaching there, and he called me up and said, "Hey, you want to come to Sunbright?" And I ended up helping the boys there as assistant for a little bit. Then I got named the girls coach the next year, and I told him, that first year, I said, this first year, I want to be competitive. I want to get this program where we're competitive and compete with people. I said, I'm not setting a victory total. I just want Sunbright to compete. And we did that first year. I think we were 17 and 16, something like that. And we actually had 2 huge upsets in the postseason and got the championship game. But I felt like that was the turning point, that first year we got over the hump a little bit, and then we've had a lot of successful seasons since then, and it's just you just got to get the culture set, I guess is what I'm trying to say. How my way of doing things. Like I said, I'm very demanding, but I know what we need to do. And I like where the program's at right now. Like I said, I've already had a lot of people tell me, well, y'all going to drop off really bad next year. And obviously, I think we'll drop back some, but our goal is to never fall back under 500 ever again, and just kind of keep it going every year. So that's kind of our plans. That's kind of where Sunbright's been. Since I've been at Sunbright, the farthest we've got's been the region semis a couple times. And so we want to get over that hump and get past that this year, hopefully.
and get to the state tournament. I'm
It'd be nice.
Sure that's
It'd
the
be,
goal.
you know, I mean, every year you go into you go in wanting to do that.
Right.
But this year, you know, I mean, that's our goal. You know, we want a little school like Sunbright to feel that and to get there.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and take our first break of the night, and we're visiting with the head coach of the Sunbright Lady Tigers, Rusty Yaden, and we'll be right back to visit with his 7 seniors. So stick around, we'll be right back. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with Ditch Witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Alexander Guesthouse Senior Living is Oak Ridge's secret to senior care. Our all-inclusive assisted living and memory care offers 24-hour care, medication management, laundry services, housekeeping services, and assistance with activities of daily living. At Alexander, we treat your loved ones like our loved ones. Our Jackson Suites are $2,000 a month. To schedule a tour, give us a call at 865-294-5489. Alexander Guesthouse, Oak Ridge's secret to senior care.
For 14 years, Subaru and our retailers have been sharing the love with those who need it most. Now Subaru is the largest automotive donor to Make-A-Wish and Meals on Wheels, and the largest corporate donor to the ASPCA and National Park Foundation. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event, and Subaru will donate $250 to charity.
Earl Duff Subaru in Kingston is proud to support both national and local charities during the Subaru Share the Love event.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
He was just a slasher.
Welcome back into the Locker Room Chat, and we're visiting with the head coach of the Sunbright Lady Tigers, Rusty Yaden, and he's brought along 7 of his senior student athletes, and right now we're going to turn our attention to them. And girls, who wants to go first? So the young lady there in the middle of the front row. And what's your name again?
Alexis.
Alexis. This is Alexis Northrop. And
yes.
Alexis, you mentioned that you like to shoot the 3-pointer.
Yeah, I do.
So is that your primary role on the team, is to knock down some threes? Or?
Well, I guess you could say that, yeah, but I still play defense, and I try to get it to the other girls, too.
Mm-hmm. What's the goals of the team this year?
Probably make it to state.
Mm-hmm. And the season thus far, you're 9-2, and what would you say your biggest win has been this year? Which is the best team you think you played and defeated?
Honestly, I don't know that we played any really big teams, but Oneida and Cofield will be our biggest competitions.
And what teams have y'all lost to?
I think it was Clay County and Cumberland Gap.
Clay County and Cumberland Gap. I know Clay County's got a good team.
Yeah, they're very good.
Mm-hmm. And Do you have any hobbies when you're not playing basketball? What do you like to do?
I just attend church, and that's about it. Other than that, it's basketball.
Okay. Walter?
How long have you played basketball?
I played when I was 4.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I played on my sister's team. I actually wasn't supposed to be playing, but I played for a long time.
So you've got a very good background where that's concerned. Do you play any other sports?
No, I played softball for 3 years, I think, but I've stuck with basketball.
Okay.
How are the student section at Sunbright?
Well, we haven't had one for quite a while, but they started one back yesterday at our game, and I think it helped encourage us a lot.
Okay, and what's it like playing for Coach Yaden?
I love it. He's a really good coach. He keeps us motivated, and he's really hard on us, but we know that he loves us, and he does a really good job with us.
Coach, talk a little bit about Alexis.
Alexis, she's one of the ones that started since she was a sophomore, and by her own admission, she's been struggling a little bit, and I think it's bothering her on her shot, but it's not hindered her defense at all. I mean, she's like the rest of the girls. She plays very strong defense, and I can say this about Alexis or all the girls. I like them and love them and stuff as players, but they're all very good kids off the court too, and that's very important as well. But very hard worker, just like the rest of them.
Okay, and Chandler, you got some scores to throw up for the girls. Girls action in high school basketball Monday and Tuesday, and those are some of the scores you can see from Monday. These are the girls high school. Anderson County over Carter, 45-39. Powell over Scott. Campbell County over Oneida, one of the Sunbright's district opponents. Clinton big over Gibbs last night. Anderson County over Oakdale. Y'all play Oakdale?
Oakdale was in our district the last few years, or for forever, I guess. And they actually went into the other half. They're the region now.
Okay, and Cleveland over Oak Ridge, the Lady Wildcats, and the Lady Tigers there, Sunbright. Y'all defeated Oliver Springs last night.
We was a little slow getting out of the gate offensively, but the defense was very strong, and we got clicking, and kind of with our style of play, it just sometimes we can put a lot of points up in a short period of time, and we kind of had that hit in the second quarter last night.
And there's the other games from last night. Campbell over Scott, Cofield over Jellicoe, Powell over Halls, Men's Central over Kingston, Wartburg over Rockwood, and Pigeon Forge over Union County. So, all right, next young lady, who we got up next?
I'll jump at
Well, they're on the- What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Lindsay.
Lindsay, we have Lindsay Brown and Walter. Yes, sir.
Okay, Lindsay, tell us about your background in basketball.
Well, I've played ever since I was about 6 years old, and I've played ever since. And I played AAU every summer, too.
That's always a very good teaching tool, year in and year out, where that's concerned. Do you play any other sports?
Yes, I played softball since I was about 7, and I played all the way up till my freshman year. And after that, I stopped playing and just started focusing on basketball. And also did travel softball with that too.
You look like size-wise, you would move very fast.
Yeah, and I also did track.
Oh, okay, well
I just did that for a year though, but I just decided to still focus on basketball.
Okay.
And Lindsay, have any? What's some of your hobbies when you're not on the basketball court or softball diamond?
Well, I have a little brother, and he's 7. Just going to mention him, and I help him coach his basketball team with family and my boyfriend. He coaches it.
And what's his name?
Jacob Freitag.
I'll give him a. Okay.
He was here last year.
Yeah, I had Jacob on. He's quite the player.
Yeah.
What's he into now? Is he playing any college ball?
No, he ain't playing college ball. He's just working.
Okay, and what's it like playing for Coach Yaden?
He can get mad at us sometimes. I'm just going to mention that. But he really does push us and encourages us. But yeah. It's really fun playing for him. There is some games where he gets on to us like no other. But it's always good in the end. Our big thing is like defense and effort. And he makes sure we got the effort and defense. And if we don't, he lets us know.
Okay, and what's it like to be a Sunbright Lady Tiger?
It feels good because everybody always seen us as the underdog because how it was before Coach Yaden came here to coach, it wasn't always that big. And even just a few years ago, they always seen us as the underdog. So it feels really good to finally be somewhere where people notice us.
Coach Yaden, talk a little bit about Lindsay.
Lindsay, she is very fast. You know, we mentioned that. You know, she's the one that mentioned the snowbird a minute ago, and Lindsay don't have to snowbird. She, when she wants to, she can get down that 4 on the break like no other. And and then Lindsay's been scoring really well here the last about 4 games. I think she's been in double figures each of those 4 games. So, in which we don't place a premium on who scores what or whatever, but she has been giving us offense here lately and. Wonderful defense also, but been really a blessing to coach her all these years.
Okay, let's go over to Mary Willis. And Mary, what would you say the goals of the Sunbright team is this year? I'm sure you want to get to the state.
Yeah, and this is like my first year playing for Coach Jaden. I just moved to Sunbright last year, but I would say that like the goals is to always have like put our whole effort into the whole game and to like not let anything like get us down. He always says like if we miss our first foul shot, like it's over, just forget about it and go to the next. So I'd say that it's like our goals are just to like keep focused and like keep our eye on the prize.
Mary, where did you transfer from?
Oakdale.
Came from Oakdale. Did you play at Oakdale?
Yeah.
Okay, you play for Coach Fred Snow. He's been coaching there quite a while, so he's a good coach. I know. I'm sure he hated to lose you. I bet. So, do you have any hobbies when you're not on the court?
My whole family hunts, so I'm a big hunter too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like the deer hunt?
Hog hunt.
Hawk? You say hawk?
Hog. Wild hog.
Oh,
Yeah.
You killed a wild hog before?
Yep.
Wouldn't want to mess with her.
I just learned something.
Goodness.
Well, Coach Yaden.
These are more than county girls now.
Yeah. Some real girls here. Coach Jaden, talk a little bit about Mary.
Well, as like Mary said, this is her first year with us, and I love Mary coming in to join us. I wish we'd had her all 4 years. Another hard worker, great off the court, and it's just been a pleasure to have her with us. Like I said, we'd had her for longer.
I bet Coach Snow hated to lose her.
I'm sure he did. I think Mary, she played 2 years there, I think, then took a year off, and then she came back out for us her senior year this year. So,
Walter?
Well, moving from Oakdale to Sunbright, I guess that was a little bit of a adjustment.
Yeah, it was.
Was it because you moved or just got rezoned, or how did that come about moving?
We bought a farm in Sunbright, so I moved to Sunbright.
Okay. Looks like you've got a telephone call coming in.
Yeah. We've got some earbuds here, Rusty. Take one of those here. Locker room chat, you're on the air.
Yes, I had a comment for Coach Yaden.
Okay, comments for Coach Jaden. Go ahead.
Rusty, me and Brady just wanted to call and tell you we was very proud of you and the girls. Love you, man.
That's my brother.
Okay. Did you play ball with him?
He was like 4 years below me.
Okay.
So when I was a senior, it was his 8th grade year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's go to the next young lady who we got on the end on the left. Yeah, Callie Smith. Okay, Callie. Just tell us about what's it like playing at Sunbright High School. You grow up in Sunbright?
Yeah, I did. My grandmother was a librarian there, and my mom's the principal there. So my roots run very deep in Sunbright, and I love it. I love all the people there, and I love playing for Coach Y.
So your mother's the principal right now?
She is, yes.
Okay. You have to be on your best behavior.
Yeah.
Walter?
Tell us your background. Have you played basketball a lot of years, or?
I started playing when I was in 3rd grade, and then my sophomore year, I took a break. I took a year off, but I miss the girls, and I miss Coach Y and Stevie, so I came back for my junior year.
And do you have any other sports or hobbies?
I play softball and travel ball with that, and then I'm just very involved in my church.
And what's it like playing for your coach?
I love it. I mean, he's hard on us, and he pushes us a lot to do our best, and that aggravates us a lot, but at the end, we're really thankful for it because we wouldn't be where we are today without the pushing.
And what are your thoughts on doing after high school? You going to college or possibly playing basketball onward, or?
No, I just plan on going to Tennessee Tech, and then I plan on going into ministry after that, and so I don't plan on playing ball in college.
Okay.
And Coach Yaden, talk a little bit about Callie.
Well, like Callie mentioned, she took that 1 year off, and we missed her, and was very glad when she came back last year. She, like we talked about earlier, she's our runner as far as our posts. Her job is, if she's not that rebounder, she is sprinting down that floor, and she does a very good job with that. Very good passer as a post. All of our posts are real good passers to go along with our guards. So, that's a real blessing there for us. And, I feel like I know I sound like a broken record, but she works extremely hard, and very grateful to have her as well.
Walter, you had a good question there. Let's go back to Alexis. And Alexis, so after you graduate, what's your plans for the future?
Well, I haven't figured that out yet. I really haven't decided what I want to do, but I think I'm going to attend Roane State College. I don't think I'm going to go any farther than this, so I'm trying to make this year the best one.
Mm-hmm. And Lindsay?
I plan on going into the medical field. I don't plan on farther advancing my basketball career. This is just going to be my last year.
Okay, and Mary?
I plan on becoming a vet, so I don't plan on advancing my basketball career either.
You plan on doctoring any wild hogs?
No.
Okay, let's go back. Young lady next to Callie.
My name's Ashlynn.
Ashlynn, this is Ashlynn Trent. And Ashlynn, if you would, tell us a little bit about yourself outside of basketball.
Well, I have a 8-month-old son and a 18-month-old nephew and a 6-month-old niece. So I've worked really hard to get back into shape to play ball after having my son.
Well, congratulations on your son. What's his name?
Brandon.
Brandon, okay. And what position do you play?
I'm a post.
Play the post, okay. And so, Coach Yaden, talk a little bit about Ashlynn.
Ashlynn was one that got minutes as a freshman. And then, she's carried that on, and, like she mentioned, she had to break away from us last season, and toward the end, the last half of the year, I guess. And like she said, she's worked really hard to get back to where she's at, and, she's one of them posts that usually passes it very well inside. And I feel like our posts work real well together on the high-low stuff, and so she does well with that. And her minutes has probably dropped, where she'd like for them to be, probably because of our style, and we rotate about 8-9 girls, but she's not complained once, and she goes out there and plays hard as she can every single night. And I think last night she probably had maybe her longest stretch there without a break. We had a little bit of foul trouble last night, so she's been doing well.
Okay. Walter?
And you've got an infant son, so that's between school and raising your child, you don't have much time, I guess, otherwise.
Well, I took run state classes this year, so I'm just trying to start on my degree to either be a physical therapy assistant or do x-rays.
Okay. And have you played basketball and other sports for a lot of years? Or?
Yeah, I've played basketball since I was 6, I think, and I've played softball since I was about 4.
So definitely a lot of athletes on your team.
Yes, yes, sir.
And, Ashlynn, what's it like playing for Coach Yaden?
I love it. He really has shown me support through some of my hardest times, and I wouldn't want to play for anybody else.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here, and let's go to the next young lady beside you.
Oh, yeah, that's me. I'm Holly.
What's your name again?
Holly.
Holly Nitsky. Okay. You have any relatives in Cofield?
Yeah, my brothers went there, but
Yeah, I know one of them played football. Cofield, I believe.
yeah.
That Nitsky name. It's a great football name. So, Holly, what's it like playing for Coach Yaden?
It's a lot of fun. There's been games I just want to cry because he really gets on to us a lot, but we know he loves us and he cares for us and he just really pushes us, and it's a lot of fun. I really, really like it.
So who would you say is who keeps the team loose?
Probably Stevie
Stevie?
over there. Yeah.
Assistant coach, okay. And,
She really calms us down and tries to keep Coach Y a little bit calm.
And who on the team, or it might be Stevie, but who gets y'all fired up?
I think we all kind of do that. It just depends on the game and who's feeling it that game and who's just more in it.
Walter?
Who is your biggest rival, you think?
It'll probably be either Cofield or Oneida for sure.
And you're 9-2 this year, and how long have you been playing?
I played since 3rd grade, so.
My goodness, most everyone is 6 to 8 years old, and one even when they were 4. That's quite amazing. Start playing basketball at that young age. That definitely gets them in the right direction.
Yes.
And Holly, did we ask you what your hobbies were?
I don't really have any. It's pretty much basketball. That's about it for me, at least.
So you're a 4-year player at Sunbright?
Yeah.
Do you start?
Yeah, I do.
And what position you play?
Whatever Coach Wild wants me to be. Sometimes I'm the point guard, sometimes I'm the 4, the 5. Just really depends. Most of the time, actually, I sit on the bench with foul trouble. Not sure what's going on with that, but it is what it is, I reckon.
We definitely need you in there, I'm sure. Coach Jaden, talk a little bit about Holly.
Holly's kind of like our hybrid. I mean, like she said, we ask a lot of different things out of her. The last 2 years, she's mainly been our point guard, and then we've kind of went to a 4-guard lineup. One of our post players we lost last year, so we kind of adjusted some things. So Holly starts out like at the 4 spot, and then in our first rotation, my point guard goes out for a little break, then Holly moves to the point guard spot usually. So she's very accurate in what she said. It's just whatever I need Holly to be.
She's very versatile.
Very versatile, and again, just like the rest of them, plays great defense.
Go ahead and talk a little bit about Cassie Newport there on the end. And Cassie, what position do you play again?
I'm a post.
You're a post? Okay. You team with Ashlynn inside. Do you play a high post or a low post?
Usually low.
Mm-hmm. You get a lot of rebounds?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about Cassie.
Casey's our...
Casey, I'm sorry. Casey.
Right now, Casey's our leading scorer overall. She's averaging about, I think she's at about 14 a game right now. But sometimes I think she's unselfish. You know, she'll get an offensive rebound in there sometimes, and sometimes we want her to go back up, you know, and she don't. But she, you know, like the other posts, like Callie and Ashlynn, you know, very good passer, you know, working together with each other. And Casey is just very energized, I guess is the way to put it. She will hustle all over that floor, and sometimes I'm begging her sometimes to kind of keep it in check a little bit and not get a cheap foul 90 feet from the basket, you know. So she gets to hear that about once a game from me. So, you know, and once again, you know, great defense. And I know I feel like I stress that all the time, and it's like they've said, you know, that's something we stress is defense.
Well, Walter, any questions for Casey?
Well, certainly. How many years have you played basketball?
Well, I started my 6th grade year, so not long.
And have you played all 4 years at Sunbright?
Yes.
Okay. And what's it like playing for your coach?
I really enjoy it. He's probably been the best coach that I've played for through my whole basketball career, but I really enjoy playing for him.
And what do you plan on doing after you get out of high school?
Right now, I'm undecided. I don't know. So I'm...
Undecided?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Casey, what's it like playing on a Friday night at Sunbright? Do you get a lot of fans come out to support you all?
Yeah, usually we do. I like playing on Fridays.
Who would you say your biggest rival is?
Probably Cofield and Oneida. I think that'll be our toughest games.
And what's the goal this year for the Lady Tigers?
I think our goal is to get to state. I think we can do it. I think this is our season too, so I think that's our goal.
Okay, and let's go back to Holly. Holly, did we ask you what's your plans for after graduation?
I was hoping you just skipped over that one. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea. Just kind of live my life and just figure it out as it comes to me. Might be a stay-at-home mom. Might work for my dad. I might go to college. We'll figure it out in a few months. I got some time.
Okay. Well, thank you for being honest with us. That's good. It's refreshing. So we're going to go ahead and take another break, and we'll be right back with some speed round questions for these young ladies, so you don't want to miss that. So we'll be right back. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. Rome Metals, we treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Herman and Rockwood.
For 14 years, Subaru and our retailers have been sharing the love with those who need it most. Now, Subaru is the largest automotive donor to Make-A-Wish and Meals on Wheels, and the largest corporate donor to the ASPCA and National Park Foundation. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event and Subaru will donate $250 to charity.
Earl Duff Subaru in Kingston is proud to support both national and local charities during the Subaru Share the Love event.
Alexander Guesthouse Senior Living is Oak Ridge's secret to senior care. Our all-inclusive assisted living and memory care offers 24-hour care, medication management, laundry services, housekeeping services, and assistance with activities of daily living. At Alexander, we treat your loved ones like our loved ones. Our Jackson Suites are $2,000 a month. To schedule a tour, give us a call at 865-294-5489. Alexander Guesthouse, Oak Ridge's secret to senior care.
Mulch and More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch and More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch and More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with ditch witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch and More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch and More in Midtown.
All right, welcome back into Locker Room Chat, and we have the Sunbright Lady Tigers with us, 9-2 on the season. An outstanding team, 7 seniors with us, along with head coach Rusty Yaden. And Rusty, you wanted to mention something where your girls are going to be going after Christmas.
Well, right before Christmas, we're in a tournament at Oneida, and then right after Christmas, the day after Christmas, actually, we'll be flying out, going to Orlando. We've been fundraising for about 4 years to go to a tournament in Orlando, then also have about 5 days being down there around Universal Studios. So that's something we've worked hard toward, and we're real excited about getting to do that.
That's awesome. That'd be a great trip.
I think in our 18 bracket, we're paired in with 2 teams from Texas, 1 from Florida, 1 from New Jersey, Idaho, Wisconsin. So it's just teams from all across the United States, so it's real cool.
That's awesome. That'd be a very memorable trip.
Yes, I think so.
A very good experience, too.
Me and Walter will go with you.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Get you on that plane.
Get Brad to go. Brad's going to Powell, so might not be able to make that. But,
oh, my goodness.
All right, girls, we got some speed round questions for you. Got about 4 or 5 minutes left in the show, and our first question is, what's your favorite player, and it could be at a college or pro? And Alexis, you started off.
I would say Steph Curry.
Set a big record last night, didn't
Yeah, he did.
he? Wow, awesome. Okay, Lindsay?
I'm not going to lie. I don't watch that much basketball. I just play it.
Okay, it could be football. What about football?
No.
No favorite players? Okay.
No.
All righty, Mary?
I don't watch much basketball either, but I did meet Dansley Swanson one time, and I got a picture with him that plays for the Braves. So that's pretty cool.
Okay. That's a good one. Callie?
I'm going to have to stick with the balls and say Candace Parker.
Candace Parker. That's good.
I really don't have a favorite basketball player.
Okay.
Yeah, just skip me.
Skipping you, Holly?
Yeah.
And Casey?
Stephen Curry.
Steph Curry? All right. Walter, you got the next question?
Certainly. Favorite team, college or pro?
Alexis? Favorite team, college or pro?
Whether it's basketball, football, baseball, hockey, soccer.
I guess Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tennessee. Can't go wrong.
Tennessee.
Wonderful.
Tennessee.
I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but I'm an Alabama fan.
Oh, no.
Ball for life. Yeah. Tennessee.
I've actually kept Ashlyn on the team all these years, despite the fact that she's an Alabama fan.
Okay, favorite food?
I'm going to have to say chicken.
I like chicken.
Definitely beef.
Beef. Hog.
Probably fruit for me.
Chicken.
Any form of chicken. Love it. I don't really have a favorite food. I'm a picky eater.
Walter?
Okay, favorite place to eat?
Chick-fil-A for sure.
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse. Probably Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A for me too.
Cheddar's. McDonald's.
McDonald's, all right. We have to speed it up here a little bit, and you have a fun fact about yourself, Alexis?
Probably not.
Anything?
Me and my brother are 10 years apart. He's the younger one, so I control the house.
You got 2 minutes.
I've went to the same church since I was 3 days old.
Callie?
I'm a camp counselor in the summer.
I have an 8-month-old son.
I'm just Holly. I don't know.
Okay, what do you want for Christmas?
Just clothes, I guess.
I would like some animals, but my parents said I can't have no more.
I want a 4Runner, but my mom said that was completely out of the picture, so.
My goal is to read 100 books next year, so I just asked for a bunch of books.
300 books?
I wanted a laptop so I can work on my college classes.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't ask for anything.
Okay, Alexis, go ahead and give a shout out. You got 1 minute left.
I guess to my mom and dad and my sister. I love you guys.
To my family, love you guys. Nan and Paul, love you guys. Jacob and his family, love you guys.
To my family, I love you guys. And my boyfriend Grant and his family, I love you guys too.
To my mom, dad, Nana, and Brett, love you guys. Thank you for always supporting me.
To my mom, dad, and son, love you guys.
I guess my mom and dad, and the rest of my family, and my boyfriend maybe, just a little bit. My family and my boyfriend's family.
Well, girls, thank you all for being here, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank
Go to
you.
state. And Coach Yaden, anything before we go?
I just appreciate y'all having us. These girls, proud of them, proud of everything they accomplished and how hard they worked for me.
Okay, for Walter Stair, for Coach Yaden, for these girls, my name is John Williams. See you next week on the Locker Room Chat.